Welcome back, students. So in the previous class, we discussed about the catalysis, process of catalysis. We saw that what was catalysis, isn't it? So catalysis in the moon, what do you mean by catalysis? And it is nothing but which a catalyst is something which increases or decreases the rate of chemical reaction. If you have to alter it, what we do is we use a catalysis, and the phenomenon is known as catalysis, right? So we saw the different examples for catalysis. Now moving on to the classifications, right? Yesterday, I think we also learned about the different classification of catalysis, that is homogeneous catalysis and heterogeneous catalysis. Basically, homogeneous catalysis andre enu andre, if the phase of the reactant and the catalyst is considered to be same, maybe solid, solid, liquid or liquid, then that kind of catalysis is known as homogeneous catalysis. And if the phase of the reactant and the catalyst is considered to be different, then it is known as a heterogeneous catalysis. Then I think we also learned about the few of the examples. Based on that, I told you very important one is the sulfur dioxide, what you see on the screen. This is very important. See, whenever sulfur dioxide is reacting with oxygen to form sulfur trioxide, if both the phases are so in ee tara bandag nimage ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಬೇಕು, the catalyst is used as nitrogen monoxide, whereas ee case alli enagutte it will be platinum. So it is an example for heterogeneous catalysis, right? Okay, then I think we moved on to the absorption theory of heterogeneous catalysis. Now before I explain the points, I think next yesterday I told you very clearly what is absorption theory based on one story. Now adunne illi apply madlikke try maduva. The first step what I told you yesterday was, the first step was what ille heltini nodi, that is diffusion of reactants to the surface of the catalyst. What is it? Diffusion of the reactants to the surface of the catalyst. Andre maybe if I just assume, okay, idu ondu ee tara surface ide anta ankolana, if this is considered to be the surface of the catalyst, maybe our reactants illi yavado ondu AA BB anta ide anta ankolana, okay na, this is our catalyst anta ankolana. What they have to do, they have to come near, okay, aden madbeku, they have to come near to the surface. Okay, this has to come near to the surface. Okay, reactants yav far away iruttho, they have to come near to the surface. Okay na, this is the first step, you know, diffusions of reactants to the surface. Okay na, surface hatra barbeku, this is known as diffusion. Okay, the next step is adsorption of reactants on the surface. See, what is the next step? That is adsorption of the reactant molecules, adsorption of the reactant molecules on the surface of the catalyst. Andre iga avru eno surface mele eno bandaitu, now they have to get absorbed. Andre ee AA BB enideyo, now basically they have to get absorbed on my surface. Ee surface odage adu absorb agbeku anta heltidivi. Okay na, this is the second step. First step is diffusion of the reactants onto the surface. Second step is adsorption. Okay, second step eno adsorption anta heltidivi. Now what happens in the third step andre, what is third step? That is occurrence of a chemical reaction on the catalyst surface through formation of an intermediate. Okay na, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತಿದೆ, see ಏನು ನನ್ನ AA ಇದೆಯೋ BB ಇದೆಯೋ, they are attached to the surface. ಈಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, there has to be chemical reaction. Okay na, ಯಾವಾಗ chemical reaction ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, and ಈ chemical reaction ಏನಿಗೆ help ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, it helps in the formation of intermediate. Now what do you mean by intermediate formation ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು, the bonds which is present between A and the bond which is present between B and D. Okay na, A ಮತ್ತೆ A ನಡುವಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ B ಮತ್ತೆ D ನಡುವಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇದೆಯೋ, they have to break and a bond has to be created between A and B. Okay na, ಈ ತರ ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು, ಈ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಗಿ A to B ಒಂದು ಬಾಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, this is known as formation of intermediate. So in third step, that is occurrence of chemical reaction on the catalyst surface through the formation of what? Through the formation of an intermediate. Okay na, this is the third step. Okay, now moving on to the fourth step. Fourth step ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡೋಣ. ನಾವು ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ಈಗ ನಮಗೆ AB formation ಆಯ್ತು, right? There is a formation of intermediate product, that is the AB ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ. Now what happens, ಈಗ ಇದು ಏನಾಗಿದೆಯೋ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನ್ ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಬ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ, it has to undergo desorption. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, desorption of the reaction products from the catalyst surface and thereby making the surface available again for reaction at top. ಈಗ ಹಂಗಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಈಗ AB ಅನ್ನೋ ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ಈ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಸಿಕ್ತು, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, ಇಂಟರ್ಮೀಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಬಂತು, ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೆ. ಈಗ ಇದಲ್ಲೇ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಿದ್ದು ಬಿಟ್ರೆ, ಇನ್ನೂ ಅದೇ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರೆ, if it is stick to the surface, what will happen? We don't want the catalyst to adsorb it. We just want the intermediate to be formed on the catalyst. Idu adsorb agbitre beredu inne uldiro BB barakagodilla. Hagagi al process alle stop agutte. So namige en beku, this products has to be dissolved from where? From the catalytical surface. Okay na? So adike navu enanta helti fourth step eno, dissolvation of this products from where? From the surface of the catalyst. Now moving on to the fifth one, that is diffusion of reaction products away from the catalyst surface. Again aito surface alli namige adsorb agirodu dissolve aito, iga avu enagbeku tam place ge adanna vapas we have to send it back to their place. So this is known as diffusion of products away from the surface inda akade kalsadike navu enanta heltivi diffusion anta heltivi. Let me just remind again. Basically absorption theory, what does it say? The first step is, I can show you here. I feel this might be easy. See, there is a catalytic surface which has prevalency. Now what happens? The reacting molecules, they'll be coming and they'll get adsorbed. Correct? Adsorb agtade. After that, what we are going to do, once the molecules are adsorbed in the catalytic surface, there is a chemical reaction which helps in the formation of the intermediate. Illon intermediate aita, intermediate formation admele what happens? We need to remove the product. So in martivi desorption of the product molecules. Again at the product bantu catalytic. This is known as diffusion. Totally steps ಇದೆ, 5 steps is present here. Is it clear? Absorption theory ಒಳಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು steps ಇದೆ? Totally there are 5 steps. Now moving on to the few of the features of the solid catalyst. ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲವೊಂದು certain features ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ? ನಮ್ಮ solid catalyst ಗೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು features ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವುಗಳದೇ ಆದ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿಗಳು ಅಂತಾನೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. Now the first feature what they have is known as activity. Okay na? What is that? The first feature what they have is known as activity. Now when I am talking about the word activity, what do I mean by the word activity? And basically what activity refers to is, it is nothing but maybe my reactants what is present, nana reactants enideyo, they should fall in love. Okay na? Reactants basically have to fall in love with what? Catalyst. So that if they are in love with catalyst, suppose if they are in love with my catalyst, what will happen? They lead to the formation of product. That is what we are seeing. Okay na? Reactants have to love the catalyst in order to form the product in the simple terms. Okay na? This is what I meant by what is activity. So iga ideno simple terms alli helde, reactants have to fall in love with the catalyst so that it forms a product anta. But how do I explain that? Maybe let us take an example again. Ee tara AA product ide, sorry reactant ide, BB reactant ide. Hauda? Now when they combine, what do they form? They form AB. Correct? Where they form it on the surface. Okay na? It is formed on where? It is formed on the surface of the catalyst. Where is the product formed? It is formed at the surface of the catalyst. Andre inakudeli adsorption of the product is taking place on the catalytic surface. Now again adsorption aito, ignore it. Adsorption eno agbeku, there must be a tendency to form the for the products to be absorbed on the surface. But this AB, what is formed, what is being absorbed on the surface, this should not stick. It should not stick onto the surface. Why? If they do not move, other molecules cannot come and get absorbed and form the molecule. But they cannot form any intermediate. So basically what I'm trying to say is, the product which is present on the surface of the catalyst, okay na? The affinity or the attraction of product on the surface of the catalyst, it should be good enough. Okay, adu eno agtideyo, the affinity which it has towards the surface must be good enough. But for the reaction to take place, but it should not be so good that even it is not even going from the surface. Affinity ಏನು ಇರಬೇಕು, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದ್ರ ಕಡೆ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ಇರ್ಲಿ. ಬಟ್ ಯಾವ ತರ ಅದು ಅಷ್ಟು ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗ್ಬಿಡ್ದು, ಇದನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟೇ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡು. ಹೌದಾ? ಯಾಕೆ? ಮುಂದಿರೋದು ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟ್ರೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಸೇ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟ್ರೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಟೆಲ್ ಇಸ್, ನನ್ನ catalyst ಏನಿದೆ, the catalyst, it should be active. Okay na? Catalyst should be active enough. It should be able to absorb my reactant. It should be able to absorb the reactants. It should be able to absorb the reactants and product. But product should not be strongly held. It should not be strongly held held by the catalyst, okay na, such that it doesn't even undergo dissorption ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮುಂದಿನ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ಯಾವಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, we call it as activity ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Okay na, what is this known as, we call it as activity. Now moving on to the next term, that is your what is it known as ಅಂದ್ರೆ selectivity of catalyst ಅಂತ ಏನು ಅಂತ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಓಕೆನಾ, ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ವಾಟ್ ಡು ಯು ಮೀನ್ ಬೈ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಮಗೆ ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಯೂಶಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಏನ್ ನೋಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಓಕೆ ನಾನೇನೋ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಿ, ನಾನು ನನಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಈ ನಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಯಾಟಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಗಳು ಹಂಗೆ ಬಹಳ ವೆರಿ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲರ್ ಏನೋ. ಹಾವಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ನಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಯಾಟಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ವೆರಿ ಚೂಸಿ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೆನ್ಸ್, ಒಂದು particular reaction, if there is a particular reaction which is taking place, ಅಂದ್ರೆ that particular reaction will be directed towards a particular catalyst. ಆ particular reaction ಗೆ ಆ particular catalyst ಇರೋಂಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, we call it as selective catalysis. ಓಕೆನಾ, a particular catalyst will be giving a particular product, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, selectivity of catalyst ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆನಾ, now what do you mean by that ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ದಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ, it is the ability to direct a reaction to yield a particular product. See, for example, starting with hydrogen and carbon monoxide. See, ನೋಡಿ, suppose ಈಗ carbon monoxide ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. Maybe it is reacting with hydrogen in the presence of nickel as a catalyst. So ನನಗೆ ಏನ್ ಸಿಗ್ತಿದೆ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್? The product what I am getting here is methane and water molecule. What are the products I am receiving here? Methane and water molecule. Okay na? ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಅದೇ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಮೊನಾಕ್ಸೈಡ್, ಅದೇ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್, ಆದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಯ್ತು, ಮೈ ಕ್ಯಾಟಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಸೀನ್ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಪರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಜಿಂಕ್ ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕ್ರೋಮಿಕ್ ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಏನ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ ನನಗೆ, ಮೆಥನಾಲ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ, ಸೇಮ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್, ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಯಾಕೆ, ನಾವು ಕ್ಯಾಟಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಫೈನ್. After that, again, carbon monoxide and hydrogen in the presence of copper as a catalyst, what does it give? It gives you formaldehyde. Okay na? So ಈಗ ಇದನ್ನ ಹೆಂಗ್ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಂದ್ರೆ, ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಮೊನಾಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಕೋನಿ ಅಂತ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಮೀಥೇನ್. ಓಕೆನಾ, ಕೋನ್ ಮೀಥೇನ್. ಓಕೆನಾ ಅಂತ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಬೇಕು, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೀಥೇನ್. ಫರ್ದರ್ ಇದನ್ನ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ ದ ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾಪರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಜಿಂಕ್ ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ನನಗೆ ಏನ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮೆಥನಾಲ್. ಇದನ್ನ ಮುಂದೇನೋ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಏನ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, ಐ ಗೆಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮಾಲ್ಡಿಹೈಡ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೌ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್. ಓಕೆನಾ, ಈ ತರ ನೀವು ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಏನು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಟಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಲ್ whenever it reacts with the reactant will give you a particular product. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, we call it as selectivity of that catalyst ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Now moving on to the next topic. Now basically ಇದೇನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, shape selective catalysis by ಓಕೆನಾ, ಈ ನಮ್ಮ shape selective catalyst ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, just give me a moment. Okay, now what do you mean by shape selective catalyst ಅಂದ್ರೆ, there simple terms ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, shape selective catalyst ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ನೇಮ್ ಇದೆ, that is known as zeolites. ಓಕೆನಾ, ಇವನ್ನ ಏನಂತಾನು ಕರಿಬಹುದು ನಾವು, we can also call them as zeolites. Now what are these shape selective catalysts ಅಂದ್ರೆ, these are nothing but the porous. ಓಕೆನಾ, these are porous in structure, they are porous in structure, and ಯಾವ ತರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅವು ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹನಿಕೋಮ್ ತರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ, how do they look? They look like porous and honeycomb. Okay, ಯಾವ ತರ ನೋಡಿ, see here, can you see the structure? honeycomb ತರ ಕಾಣ್ತಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ಜೇನ್ ಹುಳದ್ದು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋನ್ ಆಸ್ honeycomb structure ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ zeolites ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, these are the porous ones which have honeycomb kind of structure ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So the first step is zeolites. Okay, so this is the first one. Now ಈ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ನಾವು ಏನ್ ನೋಡ್ತಿದೀವಲ್ಲ, this is considered to be a 3-dimensional structure. ಯಾಕೆ ನೀವು ನೋಡಬಹುದು ಹಿಂದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ ರಿಂಗ್, ಸೊ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವ್ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, we call it as a 3D structure, and ಇದನ್ನ ಏನಂತಾನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ, we also call it as 3-dimensional aluminosilicate ಅಂತಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಇದನ್ನ, also we call it as 3-dimensional aluminosilicate. Okay, ನಾವು ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದೆಲ್ಲ ಕುಯ್ದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನ್ ಡೌಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, now basically what are these aluminosilicates or what do you mean by zeolites ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So zeolites are nothing, okay, these are nothing but these are the ones which are, okay na, these are the ones which are dependent, okay na, dependent on one, they are the ones which are dependent on the pore size of the catalyst, reactants and products. Okay, now these are the ones which are dependent on the pore size of what catalyst, reactant, and product. Now pore size ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಈಗ ಏನ್ ಅಂತಿದಾರೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಅಂತ ನಿಮಗೆ ಡೌಟ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ನಾವು ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಮೀನ್ ಬೈ ದಟ್, ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾಟಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ಮೇ ಬಿ ಇಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಮ್ ವಾಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. ಅದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಈಗ ಇಷ್ಟು ಸಣ್ಣ ಪೋರ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ಮೇ ಬಿ ಮೈ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್, ಮೈ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಶೇಪ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಮ್ ವಾಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. ಓಕೆನಾ, ನನ್ನ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಶೇಪ್ ಈ ತರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಪೋರ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಪೆರಿಕಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಸಣ್ಣಕ್ ಬೇರೆ ಇದೆ. ನನ್ನ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಆಕಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. Can this come and attach in this place? No, it cannot come and fit in this place. ಹೌದಾ? So if ಇದು ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ instead of this circle, if I take a very big circle, ಇದೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇದೇ ಇದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಬರಂಗಿದೆ. So that means ಎಲ್ಲಾಗಿದೆ, ಇದೆ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟಿವ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಆ ಏನ್ ಪೋರ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ಯೋ ಆ ಸೈಜ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನನ್ನ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಫಿಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆನಾ, ಮೈ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಗೋ ದೇರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫಿಟ್ ಇನ್ ದಟ್. ಓಕೆನಾ, are we clear with this? So this is nothing but the zeolites. ನಾನು ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನ, they are selective, the ones which are dependent on the pore size ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಓಕೆನಾ, now aluminosilicates ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? I called it as aluminosilicates. Now what do you mean by aluminosilicates ಅಂದ್ರೆ, silicate is something which is attached to 4 oxygen atoms, somewhat like this, O, and then one more will be like this. ಅದೇ ತರ ಇನ್ನು ತುಂಬಾ ಸಿಲಿಕಾನ್ ಇರ್ತವೆ, 4 ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಮೇ ಬಿ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡ್ರಾ ಫ್ಯೂ ಮೋರ್. ಮೇ ಬಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕು ಅಷ್ಟು ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ. ನಾವು ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಇಫ್ ಐ ರಿಮೂವ್, ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಸಿಲಿಕೇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್, ಓಕೆನಾ, ಇಫ್ ಐ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಸಿಲಿಕಾನ್, ಒನ್ ಆರ್ more, okay na, it need not be one specifically. If I remove one or more silicon and replace it with aluminium, idanna nav enanta kartivi, we call it as aluminosilicates anta ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. This is known as 3-dimensional aluminosilicates which are microporous. Okay na, and what do you see, you also see that they have a network. yav taradu aluminum oxygen silicon bond ide, correct? They have a network of aluminum oxygen and silicon bond anta ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Okay na, now ಈ zeolites ನ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. You can just go through it. Now what do you mean by zeolites and ಅವರು ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, what are shape selective catalysis? They are nothing but the catalytic reactions that depend on the pore structure of the catalyst and the size of the reactant and product molecule is called as shape selective catalysis anta ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆನಾ, now zeolites ನ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, zeolites ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, they are nothing but the microporous aluminosilicates in which some silicon atoms are replaced by aluminium atoms, right? ಯಾವ ತರ ಇದೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, I think I have given you the structure here. This is known as honeycomb structure. ಓಕೆನಾ, ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, we call them as honeycomb structures ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. now ಇದನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, basically these zeolites what you see, right, these are used in petrochemical industry. Where do we use it? We use it in petrochemical industries. Now in petrochemical industries yaak use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, you know that petrochemical industries is where we use large number of hydrocarbons, correct? ದೊಡ್ಡ hydrocarbons ಅನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. so ಈ hydrocarbon chains ಏನಿದೆಯೋ, if they have to be broken down, ಓಕೆನಾ, ಆ process ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಆ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಮಾಡೋ process ಗೆ it is basically known as cracking. What is it known as? The breaking of hydrocarbon chain is known as cracking. In breaking that or interconverting, andre maybe ಈಗ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಚೈನ್ ಈ ತರ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. if I have to make a isomer of that, maybe ಅದರದೊಂದು 2 ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಎತ್ತಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೋ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು. this is known as isomerization, ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಈ ತರದ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ ಇದನ್ನ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಆ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, if you have to carry out any process like this, we take the help of what? We take the help of the selective catalysis ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. okay, shape selective catalysis here as catalyst in petrochemical industries for cracking of hydrocarbons and isomerization. okay na, ನಾವ್ ಏನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, we use the zeolites, shape selective catalysis known as zeolites. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇದೆ, that is zeolite known as ZSM5. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 5 ಅನ್ನೋದು ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, it is basically the pore size. okay na, this is one of the examples of zeolites. it is usually used to convert the alcohol into petrol. okay na, gasoline product ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ by anyway by dehydrating them, ನಾವ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, this kind of zeolites will be used. okay na, so with this we come to the end of today's session. If you have any doubts, you can contact me at any time, students. anyway, thank you so much.